gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got a 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again, it's MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength and by Grunt Style. We are glad you joined us, talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week, and we have a great program for you. Ashley Stremme sitting in for Erin Evernham this time. I always say Erin Crocker. She's Crocker.
That's how I'll always
I know,
her.
it's like Erin Evernham. Erin, bless her heart, is at some beach.
She got her
Yeah,
toes in the water and her tush in the sand.
Yes, exactly. So, but we're in great hands because Ashley's here. How are you?
I am well. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. I'm fantastic. Of course, I'm fantastic. This week,
right?
Eldora in California. Eldora in California on the.
Well, I'll see you at Eldora.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
and then I'm going west to California. So going to be big. Hey, our Sage Fruit guest list coming up on the program. Logan Wagner put that Zemco car back in Victor Lane. What a thriller that was at Port.
Indeed.
And then the clock on the wall, the calendar on the wall is moving toward Knoxville. So we got to check in with our friend Kendra Jacobs and see what's happening at Knoxville and gear us all up for the 58th running of the Knoxville Nationals. But let's get to our classic ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. And, well, Donnie shots. Why don't we just, I mean, it's unreal. The King Donnie the 35th, the man
34th,
is amazing.
33rd.
Yeah, someone tweeted and say, I put in a time machine and I fast forwarded to the year 2035 and Donnie was a 35-time straight winner of the, I mean, you know, for a guy, I think 5 years ago, I think we looked at Eldora and it was like, okay, it was one of his average tracks. Mm-hmm. Now it's just, he owns Victory Lane. It's unreal.
I was going to say, I don't think it's just Eldora, though.
No, well, no, it's not. It's not. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. 3rd consecutive Kings Royal win. 5th overall. 2nd to Steve Kinzer, who has 7. 15th win of 2018. It's like him. Mother Nature's got 15 wins also.
That's exactly right.
So $50,000.
And he tweeted out, wasn't it his like 475th win with the World of Outlaws earlier this week or something? I know we talk about it all the time about us actually getting to watch history being made. And yes, some people don't like a winner, and that's fine, you know, but you have to appreciate what Donnie Schatz is doing.
Amazing. It really is. He won Friday's preliminary show. Top 5 was interesting. Brad Sweet, Corey Eliason. How about Lee Jacobs, Kendra's brother, doing a great job. And Craig Kinzer with a strong run. Tip of the cap also to Shane Stewart picking up the win on Thursday night, his first win of the season. We know it's been a bit of a struggle for Shane trying to get his arms around it. We had him here on our MAV TV show a couple weeks back, and they're working on it, and it was good to see him get to Victory Lane. So
indeed, and kudos to all the young guns that made the A main. Pretty impressive. Trey Starks on the pole, right? Absolutely. So really cool.
Great stuff, that's for sure. Hey, another one of our classic ink screen printing embroideries hot topic: Mercer Speedway, or Mercer Raceway Park. Okay, the story of Mercer. The end of 2017, the track was put up for sale, and so they decided weekly racing is not going to be the case. Now, I know none of the details about the sale. Is it being sold as a racetrack? Is it being? We know this is when a track goes on the market. It may not be a good thing. Okay, they've gone with a specials only format, and Saturday night the Mercer Summer Nationals, 48 sprint cars, a packed grandstand, 49 modifieds by the way too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So packed grandstand, huge crowd. Guy named Jordan Ryan, his biggest win of his career, won $3,500. I have no idea what's going on. I just don't. I don't have a lay of the land up at Mercer. What's happening up there? But I'm telling you, a great crowd there. If someone is thinking about buying it as a racetrack, Man, that's fantastic, and I just wish the best for those people up there. But it was a great race. I actually watched the video of the race. The race looked really good too, so great to see.
And it's awesome to see them being rewarded for the decision that they made. Yeah, it's not maybe the best scenario, but they're making lemonade with their lemons.
They really are. So great stuff out there. I want to shout out to our friends, the NOSA Sprints. Man, these guys, I got on their distribution list for all their videos and everything now. Oh my gosh, they're wearing me out. They're racing so much. That's great. Friday night, River City's Mark Dobmeyer. Saturday, Devils Lake, Austin Pierce. Thomas Kennedy Jr. picked up the win on Sunday at Red River Valley. Just some great racing there. And hey, I want to shout out to my Turner's Iced Tea buddy, Carl Bowser.
That's right.
Picked up the win Sunday night at Tri-City Speedway. Yes. So how about that? How about Turner's Tea for everybody?
Tea.
There we go.
And don't forget Chipapelli
That's right.
Sesame Sticks.
That's right. Exactly. Yes. When I was at Joliet, Carl gave me a little sample of the tea again. So really good stuff. Hey, there you have it. Your Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery, hot topics, great T-shirts, hats, towels, hoodies, whatever you want. They have it. You can find it at www.classicinkusa.com. We need to step away. When we come back, Logan Wagner, he joins us.
The American Sprint Car Series is back for its 27th year. Whether you're catching the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour at tracks like Williams Grove, Skagit Speedway, Knoxville Raceway, Lucas Oil Speedway, or any of the 6 regional tours across the United States, you'll find the ASCS Nation racing at a track near you. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Then see the full schedule, track-by-track history, updates, and more at ASCSRacing.com.
When it comes to safety, nothing is more important than your vehicle's brakes. If it's hard to stop or you hear squealing or grinding noises during braking, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts. You'll find the brake parts you need from trusted brands like Brake Best and Brake Best Select at everyday low prices. Play it safe with brakes from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Aggressive Hydraulics, where we engineer the cylinders that move your business. We specialize in designing and manufacturing purpose-built, application-specific hydraulic cylinders with superior precision and performance, making OEM products stronger, crafting cylinders that operate on a global basis in a wide variety of industries and applications. Get aggressive with your cylinder challenges. AggressiveHydraulics.com.
Hi, I'm Craig Kinsler, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Let's go to the Weld Racing Hotline. Joining us fresh off from a trip to Victory Lane at the Speed Palace on Saturday night, Logan Wagner's on the line. Hello, Logan. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Logan, I read a tweet, okay, and it was something to the effect of, if you race long enough, your idols become your rivals, okay? You had to go toe-to-toe with Greg Hodnett at Port Royal, and you got the upper hand. Tell us about that win and what it meant to you to win it that way.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can go against Greg Hodnett and come out on top, you must be doing something right. So, we started fourth, and I knew the car was good. We've been having issues with tire wear and me overheating the tires more than anything. So I was pretty conservative in the first quarter of the race, and then Greg got by me on a restart, and then, the elbows went up, and you just drove a little bit harder. So me and him went toe-to-toe there for, I guess, the last 5 laps. I got caught in beyond some lap traffic, and then he did also and gave me some opportunities, gave him some opportunities, and it come down to that last corner where I think I split up in front of me, and I caught the cushion extra high and drove down below him and pulled out the win by like 0.2 seconds or something. So it was absolutely fantastic.
It was definitely a whale of a show, that's for sure. And Logan, I want to talk a little bit about John and Pee Wee Zimitis, your car owners. 30 years running strong with being an owner in the sprint car world, and you growing up in Pennsylvania, I know the importance that is to you, but what's it like to finally niche your name alongside of a winner in the Zemco 1Z car?
It's unreal. When you got guys like Kevin Gobrecht, the late Kevin Gobrecht, and Stevie Smith, and Lucas Wolf, and Billy Pouch that all drove this thing. I think Billy Pouch had an event yesterday where they took the Syracuse car that they won I think in the 90s, and it held the world record for the fastest sprint car in the world for a period of time, and that was just Zemco everything. And to have guys like that drive this car and win in this car, it means the world to me to at least have the opportunity to drive it. Now we can say we've won in it, and it's absolutely fantastic. I grew up racing, watching that car race at Williams Grove every Friday night as I was watching my dad race, and Port Royal Saturday. And, just even watching it on TV out at Knoxville. They've always been strong at Knoxville and just everywhere. It's phenomenal to get a win in it, and it's just cool to drive it.
I can imagine it really is. And in all honesty, Logan, it's the 1Z car, it's been a little while since they've been in victory lane as far as that goes. It just had to be rewarding to put John and Pee Wee and everyone back in victory lane. You've been running well. You've been kind of knocking on the door, but just had to be rewarding to get some firm footing on that car.
Yeah, and to have John and Pee Wee happy, that's the first thing I did was go up and hug John and thank him for the opportunity he gave me to get in a seat and show what I can do. And to have Pee Wee happy too, and everybody in the crew, we can check that win off for the year. We should have got it at the Bob Waker Memorial. We led every lap into the last 6, blew a left rear tire, and then we've just been sort of itching our heads ever since on what we can do to fix that and get better. And I guess there was 3 races ago we just decided to bring out a different car, and it's an Eagle car. It's still an Eagle Schnee, but it's an Eagle car that Blaney run last year at Knoxville. And I feel comfortable putting it up against the fence, and that's, if I can get comfortable in the car and Tommy can turn the wrenches, and just like he does, we're going to be really fast here for the rest of the year, I feel like.
It's true. Comfort is everything when it comes to racing a car. But, Logan, I just want to really hit on the fact that, the 1Z car doesn't race a full-fledged schedule. It's always been a limited schedule these last few years. Does that help, or do you think that hinders you because you're not on track every single week, or is it help because you're fresh every time you go out?
Yeah, that you definitely have your pros and cons. An advantage of mine is I get to race my own car. So I personally own the 7W, which I race sometimes at Williams Grove, Lernerville, and I bounce around with it. So I can stay fresh with that for the most part, and I can come back in that car on a Saturday night and run their stuff. It's hurt us at the beginning of the year when you had all the rainouts. We couldn't maintain consistency within the car. But again, like you said, we can maintain a fresh base every time we come back. But if we could run more, I think we'd be a little bit better. But we're doing what we want to do, not really what everyone else wants us to do. And it just comes down to making John and Pee Wee happy with the amount of races they're running and the satisfaction they're getting with the races that they're running,
Keep doing like you did Saturday night, and I'm sure everyone's going to be happy. That's for sure.
Go, right?
Yeah, pretty simple, right? It's a simple system. It really is. Logan, you mentioned that you are early in the season, and we actually watched you at the Waker Memorial as well. Tire management has been something that you've worked on. I've never driven a race car, okay? How do you know that? You say you ran a little slower the first third of the race. Is it time? How do you know that? How do you know how to do that?
Yeah, based off of your car and the way it feels. A lot of times at the end of the straightaway, if your car is a little tight and you have to pitch it into the corner, ultimately you have the most amount of downforce there, so you're sliding the tire more and you're creating more friction. It's just like putting your hands together. If you push your hands together really hard and tight, you'll create more friction, build more heat. And that's sort of what it does at the end of the straightaway when you're really pitching it in. And I do that a lot. I really want to turn the car in and get it to set in the rear. And I get more up on the wheel more than other drivers. So tire wear is a big issue for me on my left rear. And I just feel like, if you can drive it in a little straighter and not so much on the cushion, that you can save your tires. And I think any driver would agree.
Absolutely. Logan, yeah. I mean, you get to race with your dad. Not many guys get to say that they actually get to field a race car with their dad. What's it like running side by side? Like, especially after this weekend, you say, "Hey, Dad, look, did you see what I did this weekend?"
It's cool. We have a great time. Like, there's very few people that say they can do it with their dad and as a family, and to say you can go out and race side by side with your dad, I think, like, going into this week, he was 5 points ahead of me. So he was third, I was fourth, and I just beat him. You know, I beat him this past week, so now I'm ahead of him. He's like fourth, and I'm third. So we're both pretty consistent with the way we run. It seems like we're always in the same heat race. And get your elbows up and race wheel to wheel, like, okay, Dad's ahead of me. You know, like, everyone jokes around with me, like, the sideboard of his wing turns into a billboard, and I just step on the gas and light the tires up, you know. But I've tried to get a lot better with that, you know, and not so much racing my dad, more as racing a competitor out there, and it just seems to be easier. But, you know, Thanksgivings are cool and Christmases are cool. That's all we talk about. And that's all I grew up around. You know, it's been a race car ever since I've been a baby, and all my time's in a race shop. You know, some people like sports and baseball, and I love racing. That's what I live for, you know.
Well, it's been fantastic to watch, that's for sure, watching you not only your own car, but that Zemco car picking up the win at Port Royal. Logan, congratulations again on that victory. We appreciate the time on Wing Nation. Best of luck on throughout the season as you go park that thing again on the front stretch, but appreciate the time here today.
Yeah, thank you very much. And how far are you guys located from Kannapolis?
Oh, about 6, 8, 10 miles.
There we go. Actually, one of my sponsors, All Things Automotive, is opening up a shop down there. It's an All Things Automotive at the end of fall, so we might see you in Charlotte. Sort of a grand opening for them, the one-stop shop, you know, for any auto service needs. So, good. Well, maybe we'll see you in Charlotte.
Yeah, let us know on that. We'll come over and check them out. All Things Automotive. We'll do that.
Perfect. You guys take care now.
You got it. Thanks. Logan Wagner joining us there. How about that? Isn't that awesome?
Now he's even got a connection down here.
That's right. Exactly. Kannapolis connection. Hey, we need to step away because our Knoxville connection is coming up. Kendra Jacobs, she joins us next.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa is proud to announce their feature exhibit for 2018, the Salute to Champion Brian Clausen. Open May 1st through October 1st. See the race cars Brian Clausen drove during his illustrious racing career and the trophies, uniforms, and memorabilia Brian amassed while driving sprint cars, midgets, Indy cars, and NASCAR. The Salute to Champion Brian Clausen exhibit, only at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, located in Turn 2 at Knoxville Raceway.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice, Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, right on our strength.
Looking for custom racewear and embroidery? Do you want your race fans to represent your race team with trendy, original apparel? Contact Classic Ink USA, the new standard in custom screen printing and embroidery, located in Greater Pittsburgh. Classic Ink USA's professional staff utilizes state-of-the-art facilities to transform your ideas into an attractive wearable piece. From custom track swag racewear to trendy quick crew wear, Classic Ink handles it all. Find out how you can get started. Contact Classic Ink USA screen printing and embroidery at the track and on your back.
This is Brian Brown, now an engineering genius and someone who gets mistaken for Bigfoot.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires, right on our strength. We're going back to the Weld Racing Hotline. Joining us now from the famed Marion County Fairgrounds, Knoxville, Iowa, our friend Kendra Jacobs. Good morning, Kendra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Kendra, we're on some kind of a countdown. Now, I can't imagine the countdown you're on, though.
Oh, I'm on the opposite countdown of I need more time.
Yeah, and
I'm not ready yet.
And we can't get there soon enough. Okay,
right.
So yeah, we are on the opposite. That's for sure. How are how are things looking as far as the big upcoming events there, Kendra?
It's good. We finalized our schedule of events off track last week. So our goal is every year to add something new, and we were able to add 2 new events this year that I'm pretty excited about, with the 4.10 Dash on Friday morning. Hopefully you guys will enter that, or at least join in on the fun on the campgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
And the Capitani Classic afternoon, we know we have a pretty big crowd in town for that date. It's kind of when everybody's finally here after the World of Outlaws finish. at the Ironman. So we're going to have a racing trivia contest and an all-you-can-drink Bud Light party right before the gates open on Sunday, just to kind of kick everything off.
Oh my gosh! You should have the all-you-can drink contest after the 4.1K or dash. That's what you should do.
I'm actually really excited about the dash because even people who aren't running can get involved. So parts of the tour or the map of the run go through our campgrounds. So we're encouraging people who aren't running that are in the campgrounds to, offer some beverages to those who are running. Not going to say what you have to offer, but once you're on the campgrounds, it can be anything. And we're going to have some super soaker water guns and some silly string and just kind of make the entire event fun for everyone.
Yeah, because it is 9 a.m. It is 9 a.m.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Bloody Marys for everyone.
Yeah. By the way, Kendra, Aaron is running in it. Ashley is running in it, and yours truly is running in it as well. We're all in.
That is fantastic. Well, I'm sure I will see you all on the run somewhere. I can't promise that I will be running, but I will be coordinating some of the fun stuff.
I don't know if I'll be running
Ashley,
either.
you did 2.75 miles, right?
Yeah.
And I'm up to 45 minutes of jogging and walking. So we're getting there.
You guys could kind of create like a relay team.
Ooh, now I like
you
that.
You guys could tag off. I mean, you have 3 of you all running for Wing Nation. You could just pass the baton.
Here's the problem we have with that. Okay, is Evernham. Okay,
I was going to say she's pushing a stroller.
Yeah, she's going to push a stroller and run it in about 12 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Ashley's going to be doing it on her own, huffing and puffing, and she'll do it in about 45 minutes. Yeah. And I'm going to do 2 hours. So I'm not sure the relay thing. Maybe they'll relay into Dingus or something. I don't know.
I mean, the end point is basically right across the street from Dingus. So it's a great way, get those carbs back in your system. Just go grab a couple beers. I'm sure AJ will be ready for everyone.
Maybe I'll just start at Dingus and meet everyone there. Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly.
I can fill you in on some shortcuts. Like if you go down this other side road, you meet back up with it and you cut off a half mile.
I like where her head's
at. I love where this is going.
Yes.
I love where this is going. That's it.
All right. So Kendra, there's 9 million things on your plate right now. And I want you to kind of explain to us, the fans, anyone who doesn't really know what goes on behind the scenes, what's probably the hardest thing that you're dealing with at this point rolling into the Nationals?
I think the hardest thing is my checklist. So that it just grows every day. Just when you think you have something checked off, it just keeps growing. So, for example, so far this morning, we a huge accomplishment. We checked off the Knoxville Nationals program. That is finally put to bed, and that's something we've been working on for a little over a month. So that was a huge accomplishment this morning. And now we're going through all of our video work for Nationals. So our hype videos that air on the big screens each night, what our videos are for social media. That's a lot of time scheduling. Obviously, we have our video crew in town, but we also have our talent that we have to use. So Wade Onger, who flies in from Australia, we use him for a lot of that. And then we hire about 2 or 3 extra social media managers that week. So just figuring out the schedule of where everyone is when during the week of Nationals. And then after you get that figured out, then you have to figure out exactly what you want them to do and when their deadline is to have it back to you. And through all of that, you watch or you read, and then you approve or make tweaks, and all of that has to be done basically in the blink of an eye during Nationals itself. So right now is the difficult time of just managing people and what their responsibilities are during those 10 days, basically. And, all the sponsor stuff is a lot, just making sure every sponsor gets what they are contracted to receive during that week, making sure all the signage is scheduled, where it's going to hang, that we have enough people to hang it all. There's just a lot of little things that people probably get here and think that little fairies overnight made all the magic happen, but it's a mix of a lot of people knowing specifically what their role is and getting it done on time. And thank goodness we have really good people here that do that.
You do. You have a great staff of people out there, and they've got a great leader as well. So it works out well. Kendra, we talk about all of the away from track stuff, and that's so critical to an event like the Knoxville Nationals. We go there, and we're entertained from morning to night to morning, and sometimes there's a little sleep, sometimes there's not. It is. It's amazing. But when you look at sprint car racing as well, we're just coming off the Kings Royal. And, yeah, I mean, I know it's been the Donnie Schatz year, but really across the board, it looks like the sport of sprint car racing, the on-track element of sprint car racing, looks like it's pretty solid. And I'm sure when everyone rolls in there, they're going to have their A game strapped on, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those weeks where you really, I hate to use a cliche where you separate the men from the boys, but that's what our format is set up to do. You can't go out there and sandbag qualifying to get a better spot in your heat race because you're already so far behind in points that it doesn't help you. So they got to go out there every single time they're on the track and be perfect. And we haven't seen a perfect year until last year with David Gravel in 25 years. So it's extremely hard to do that. And I've been kind of watching what's going on lately. You know, we have a lot of drivers in the country right now. I feel like it's the biggest it's been in years that aren't following a certain series or schedule. Right. There's a lot of guys that just pick and choose and show up where they want to show up. And it's interesting to see how those drivers are doing on a variety of racetracks. And it was great to see guys like Corey Eliason do so well at the Kings Royal. You know, I'm going to brag on my brother a little bit, was fantastic Saturday night, but he had a horrible 2 nights before. So there wasn't really a lot of consistency over the 3-night period to be able to say this one guy, other than Schatz, of course, was really, really good. And obviously Eldora and Knoxville are 2 completely different racetracks with very different race surfaces. So I don't think you can look at that and say, okay, these are the guys who are going to be good at Knoxville. And that's one of the things I really love about the Knoxville Nationals is you can say there's favorites, and obviously Donnie is the indisputable favorite every time he comes out here. But other than him, you really don't know. And there's a Cinderella story every single year. And I just look forward to seeing who those guys are that shine on Wednesday and Thursday night.
It's a very, very great point. It's always fun just to watch it build every single day as we get to Saturday. And speaking of building, Kendra, I know you work on the Knoxville Nationals probably 360 as soon as the checkered flag falls on Saturday night from the previous year. But what keeps the innovation and just the excitement, and how do you just keep that churning, and where do you grab your ideas from? Are you watching other tracks? Are you bouncing ideas off of other promoters? It's just, you've got to stay on top of it to keep your fans and your drivers happy.
Well, I think that the biggest thing for me is that I'm still a fan. And I like to think of, okay, if I'm here for 10 days, what do I want to do during the day? What would be fun to me? So I start there and then bounce those ideas off of other people to see if it's just me or if that is something that would universally be fun and accepted. I also look a lot at minor league baseball. I think minor league baseball does a lot of creative promotions, and they get away with some things that major league sports can't. And I would consider us along the lines of minor league right now, and we don't have to play the politically correct role 100% of the time. So I try to look at the things they do and what's worked, and maybe sometimes tone it down, but what they do is invaluable to me. And just yesterday I was working on a scavenger hunt in downtown Des Moines, and it was kind of a trial thing to see how it would work, and I really liked it, tweaked it a little bit. So I'm already planning on adding that to the Nationals in 2019 and working on that schedule, and we're going to try it at the late model Nationals this year to see how a scavenger hunt through downtown Knoxville goes prior to the races. So I'm always just looking for interactive, engaging things for fans to do and get them out in town and get them out of their motorhomes and maybe off the fairgrounds for a little bit, have a little more fun in our town, because the city here really does support the track well.
Boy, that's for sure. Awesome. It's great. It is great. Kendra, we could talk all day long, but the clock says we've got to say goodbye. The good news is,
we have a few days soon to do that.
Yes, but the good news is that we don't have to say goodbye for long because we can't wait to get out there. But thanks for the time today. And, of course, folks, KnoxvilleRaceway.com. The Knoxville Nationals coming up. Make sure you get your tickets and everything. But, Kendra, we appreciate your time with us today.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on, and I cannot wait for you all to get out here again.
We're all on the same page there. We're all on the same page. Thanks, Kendra. There you have it.
That's
Kendra.
So cool.
I know.
That she really doesn't even deal with racing. She goes off the radar.
The work she and they put into this is unreal.
Absolutely.
It really is. And but the week is unreal also. The results are unreal as well. We need to step away. More Wing Nation in just a moment.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
If your AC is blowing hot air, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Get immediate relief with Interdynamics R134A refrigerant for $9.99. AC recharging is fast and easy with Interdynamics R134A refrigerant at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing. Sage Fruit has been a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the last 15 years and a proud partner of Wing Nation for the last 3 years. We love sprint car racing, and we are there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is Terry McCarl. Everyone has heroes. Aaron's is Terry McCarl. Steve's is Paul Sides. Wing Nation on MRN.com.
It is MRN's Wing Nation. So glad you joined us. Ashley Stremme sitting in for Aaron Evernham. Talking to Kendra, we always think about Knoxville and all the fun stuff out there. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Talked a little bit to Bob Baker, and man, they've got a bunch of things planned out there. So, and I always love talking about the Hall of Fame birthday calendar. Today, Bill Randall, would have been Bill Randall's birthday. Friday, Red Regal, Chuck Gurney. Saturday, Louis Myers. Shane Carson, my buddy Shane Carson on Saturday. Emil Andrus on Sunday. Yesterday, Wally Campbell. And yesterday was the birthday of the Tempe Tornado. Leland McSpadney, 1999 inductee into the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Born in Gallup, New Mexico, but at the age of 8, the family moved to Tempe, bought a race car, first win, 1972 at Manzanita. 26-year career, nearly 200 wins, 25 wins in 1 year alone at Manzanita, 3-time Western World Champ, 1991 Chili Bowl champ, and retired in 1996. And one time at Silver Dollar Speedway, he wrecked his car, hurt himself. The promoter said, I know you're hurt and I know your car's wrecked, but if you could figure a way to go, I'll pay you an extra $1,000. He went in the back of the B main to the front and won the A main for $1,000. That's a Tempe Tornado right there.
That's an awesome story.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is. Hey, tonight, the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup. Dirt Vision has the coverage, $25,000 to win. So it's the 27th annual Dirt Cup. One of the big ones, Lernerville, the month of money. That's always a big one. It's going to be fun.
It's here.
It is here. It is, exactly. And our upcoming calendar presented by Aggressive Hydraulics on Thursday, Jeremy Elliott going to join us on Wing Nation Weekend. Jeremy has done the Doty Classic and the Kings Royal. Yep. And the week before that, he did Pennsylvania Speed Weeks. Right. Who better to break down the big rivalry weekend? And on Saturday, Tony Stewart joins us on MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV. So that is going to be awesome. Hey, we appreciate Logan Wagner and Kendra Jacobs for joining us. More important than all of that, though, thank you for joining us here today.
Wing Nation has been brought to you by Hercules Tires and by Grunt Style. Wing Nation can be found on demand at MRN.com, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Wing Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.